Countless people working on The Mandalorian Season 3 have said that Episode 5 is their favorite episode, so I have spent hours analyzing all the remaining footage for the show and all the leaks to give you guys the best predictions for the next episode of The Mandalorian. This is what's most likely to happen for the episode based on what's supposed to happen for the rest of the season and what people working on the show have said. So first, a little background on what the people working on The Mandalorian have said. So first, it's Katie Sackhoff's favorite episode of this season, and according to leaks, this is also has Bo-Katan and Mando development in it, so that should be interesting. But other people working on the show have also said that this is a really good episode and that the show's about to start getting really good. So it looks like we're really in for a treat for the last half of this season, and it feels like it's going to be really fast-paced compared to what we've had so far, also based on the leaks from reliable sources. But we'll talk about more of that in a moment. Right now, let's get on to the predictions for the next episode. One last reminder before we begin, even though this stuff is likely to happen, none of this is 100% confirmed, so don't get mad if this isn't what happens, because, I don't know, but there's a very good chance this will happen, or something very close to it at least. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get started with my predictions. I present to you Chapter 21, The Breakout. On the Mandalorian Covert's world, where they're hiding out, some Mandalorians, maybe including Din, are trying to ride the young beasts that they took last episode. Inside the Armorer's cave, she and Paz Vizsla have a conversation, and outside, Din and Bo-Katan decide to have a conversation, and Bo-Katan decides to tell Din about the mythosaur, but before she can, R4 comes up with an urgent message from Greef Karga. R4 plays a message, and Greef explains that the pirates from episode 1 of this season are back, and in greater numbers, pun not intended. They've got an entire army with them this time, and they're attacking the city. So he's asking Din to come help, and Din manages to convince the entire coven of Mandalorians to come and help, and they all prepare to leave. Insert title sequence here. We see Navarro being wrecked by Gorian Shard and his pirates. Greef Karga and the rest of the city are just panicking, and the civilians are running away, and Karga is trying to fight back, but he's forced back into his main building where he's cornered. And that's when all the Mandos come to the rescue. They drop out of Bo-Katan's ship, and they start fighting back against the pirates. Both sides take losses, but the Mandos begin to gain the upper hand, and meanwhile, Din has a dogfight in the air against some of the starships, including the main flagship of Gorian Shard, and the Armorer goes in and saves Greef Karga in his office, and overall, the Mandalorians succeed and take out the pirates and force them to flee, and the pirates decide that they're not going to come back to Navarro. They're just tired of it, and they decide to just go other places, because they're actually apparently supposed to be the main pirates of the upcoming show, Star Wars Skeleton Crew. They're supposed to be some of the main antagonists. So that will be interesting to see if that leak is true, and if so, that's where they will be headed. Greef Karga thanks the Mandalorians for saving the city and invites them to come back to stay on Navarro, but they deny it, knowing their current hideout is a safer place. Greef then asks Mando if he has the part he needs to fix IG-11, but he doesn't, and Bo-Katan says she knows of the part and she had it at her castle on one of the moons of Mandalore that got destroyed in Episode 3. So they head back there and grab it from the wreckage. It's thankfully not too damaged, and the Anzellans can fix it up. So they head back to Navarro, and the Anzellans get IG-11 working again, but since Mando doesn't really need IG-11 anymore to go to Mandalore, there is another use for the droid. This is where our first major leak comes in. That IG-11 is going to become a mech suit for Grogu. It sounds a little strange, so I hope they do it well, and if they do it well, I think it will be a very interesting and cool thing, but I just hope they do it well, and it's going to be interesting to see how Grogu uses it. So they'll turn IG-11 into a mech suit, and he is like a talking mech suit, so like IG-11 is still like alive. He's not just like armor or anything. He's actually like working with Grogu, which is interesting. Or at least that's what I think. I doubt they'd just kill him off. So it will be interesting to see Grogu try to use the suit, if this leak is true. Okay, so now we get on to why I'm named my prediction for the episode The Breakout, because I think this is when we finally see Gideon escape from custody, and, well, there's a pretty good reason for this. Let me play a video.
I was told that you cannot say, even if when you're going to be on the show, everything is so top secret that you cannot even reveal which episode we will see your character on. Is that true?
Well, I'm going to tell you everything.
Oh, great. Go ahead.
With my eyes.
Tell it. Oh. Because there have been 4 episodes you've not been on so far. There are only 4 more, so I think we've narrowed it down pretty well.
The odds are good you're going to see me soon.
Okay, all right.
That's all I can say. And, the show is just a fantastic show to be on. They want the audience to be in anticipation and wonder and joy and excitement.
Yeah, we don't want to ruin it.
They don't. And, I did it so long ago that I got to be honest with you, I can't even remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember when I'm on.
You remember where things left off at the end of season 2?
I sure do. I was in the Hoosgow or on the way there.
Mm-hmm. The Gulag, right?
Gulag,
yeah,
yes,
right.
Exactly. Locked up and shuddered. Gives me a lot of time to think and to calculate what my next one might be.
Yes, yes. And so you've been plotting and preparing for this comeback, which is going to happen next Wednesday, right?
It will.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to trick me there. I see what you did there.
Now, take that whichever way you will, but I think it's about time for episode 5 of the season. I think it's time for Gideon to make a return, if he's gonna be a threat this season, which I'm pretty sure he is. So, Elia Kane from episode 3 visits Gideon, who's in prison, and because the New Republic has horrible security, she's able to slip something into his cell so that he can escape, and he does, and he threatens officers and tells them not to say a thing, even though eventually the New Republic will find out. So basically he escapes, but it's a fairly quick segment, and he and Kane meet up somewhere and escape off of Coruscant to, well, be evil again. Because Elia Kane is definitely still working for Gideon. So, yeah, also there's a leak that Gideon is going to get some Mandalorian type armor and a jetpack, so maybe that'll happen this episode too. Finally, to wrap up the episode, we go back to Navarro, and Bo-Katan and Din talk about the Creed and stuff, and Bo decides to tell Din about the Mythosaur, and this time she actually gets a chance to, so Din believes her and wonders what that means for Mandalore, and basically that's where the episode is going to end. That's what I've got, but there's a lot of other things that could happen, because this episode, according to people who worked on the show, is supposed to be a different feel, a different genre to it. I'm not exactly sure what that means. We'll find out tomorrow, but I'm really looking forward to it, and there's some other stuff that could happen as well. We know Bo-Katan has to fight a fellow Mandalorian and is going to take her helmet off again, because we see that in some leaked footage. So yeah, there's a lot more that's supposed to happen for the show too, but I won't spoil the rest of it now, even though a lot's already been spoiled in this video. But there's a lot of leaks, a lot of stuff that's supposedly supposed to happen, so I'm just curious to see how it'll all work out, and I will get another video out after the episode comes out, breaking it down, and then one predicting what will happen in the episode after that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have any other predictions or think I missed something that's bound to happen in this episode, definitely tell me. Share this episode with people you know so it can get around, because I haven't been making videos for a while, so everyone's probably forgotten about me. So thank you if you've gotten this far. And yeah, I hope my predictions are right, and I'll see you guys next time.